The scene shifted to a flashback, where Safia's fiancé gently handed her a golden coin. Its polished surface gleamed in the sunlight as she looked at it curiously. "What's this?" she asked, holding it up for a closer look. With a soft smile, her fiancé replied, "Safia, have you heard of the Herald Clan?" Safia nodded, her voice thoughtful. "Ah, yes. They were mentioned in a story my father used to tell me when I was little. They're called the Slayers of Sanctity, and soulless, right?" As her fingers turned the coin over, her fiancé leaned in closer. "That's right. This is the Emperor's gold," he explained, his voice barely above a whisper. "It has the power to summon those soulless beings, the heralds." He moved closer, lowering his tone as though revealing a secret. "But you must be careful, Safia. If anyone, especially the heretical interrogators of the King's Church, finds out you have this, they won't hesitate to execute you." Before Safia could respond, he kissed her softly. Her cheeks flushed a warm red as she quickly pushed him away, flustered. Holding the coin in her hand, she asked, "Wait, why are you giving me something so dangerous as a gift?" Her fiancé chuckled, the sound warm and carefree. "I'm giving it to you just in case," he said. "If anything ever happens to us, it's said that if you draw a triangle on the ground and place the coin in the middle, a herald will come to your aid." He paused, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Though, I truly hope we'll never have to use it." The flashback dissolved into the present. Safia, pale and weakened, stared at the triangle she had drawn on the ground. Her trembling hands clutched her fiancé's lifeless body. Her voice was barely audible as she murmured, "2 days, just 2 days if I hold on." Her body, too weary to endure any longer, collapsed to the ground, unmoving. Her breathing slowed as if she were on the brink of death. Meanwhile, in a nearby town, the sound of flowing water echoed through the air as a few soldiers bathed in fresh water. Sir Zebek stood apart from them, his gaze fixed on the clear, cloudless sky. He wiped his brow and thought to himself, "It's unusually hot today." "Excuse me, sir," a voice interrupted his thoughts. It was the young master, his hair wet from bathing. He approached Sir Zebek with an unsettling grin and said, "Smile. Isn't this fun?" Sir Zebek's face darkened with concern. Ignoring the young master's twisted attempt at levity, he asked gravely, "If we kill the citizens, how will we collect taxes?" The young master, drying his hair with a towel handed to him by a servant, didn't seem fazed by the question. "The wanderers, those dissatisfied peasants, are running amok," he said dismissively. "The amount of theft is increasing." Sir Zebek clenched his fists, his tone steady but firm. "In the Margrave's territory, there is rich soil. We could evacuate the people there and allow them to start anew." The young master abruptly cut him off, his voice sharp and condescending. "And why," he asked, "should children born on rich soil suffer because of the failures of these virtue-starved people?" Nearby, a soldier paused mid-wash, his interest piqued by the conversation. He watched as the young master continued, his words dripping with arrogance. "I'm talking about those who destroy agriculture and flee. Agriculture," the young master declared, "relies on skill, soil, the climate, the sky, and the king's divine light." The young master's lips curled into a sinister smile. "Isn't that what the king and the church teach us?" he asked mockingly. Sir Zebek remained silent, his face a mask of confusion and quiet frustration. The young master added, his tone tinged with self-righteousness, "These people are suffering a drought because they were unfaithful to the king's church. That's what the doctrines say, isn't it?" With a heavy sigh, Sir Zebek finally responded, "That's a broad interpretation." His words hung in the air, heavy with the unspoken conflict between them. As the soldiers raided homes, pillaging every corner of the village, the young master continued his monologue with an air of self-righteousness. "Someone enriched the soil, and someone else caused the drought," he said, his tone sharp and calculating. "Then, it stands to reason, we should punish the sinners and reward those who made it fertile. They deserve the land." He turned his cold gaze away from Sir Zebek, adding in a chilling tone, "Everything I do to save the people." His lips twisted into a wicked smile as he walked away, but not before delivering one final taunt. "So, if you intend to defy my orders and save them, by all means, give it your best shot." Sir Zebek remained rooted in place, his mind churning with conflicted thoughts as he watched the young master disappear into the distance. When the night finally blanketed the chaos, Sir Zebek made his way to check on Safia, the blonde-haired girl. His heart sank as he approached her lifeless body lying motionless on the ground. He thought sorrowfully, she couldn't endure it. A voice interrupted his thoughts, laced with disdain. "It's useless, even if the heralds come now. Before Sir Zebek could react, a black shadow darted past him with inhuman speed. The next moment, the cold steel of a sword rested against his neck. The figure behind him moved like a ghost, giving him no chance to defend himself. His breath hitched. "If you move, I'll cut you down where you stand," the person said, their voice calm yet commanding. "Don't even think about turning around." Sir Zebek's heart raced as he thought, to swing a sword so precisely, so suddenly, in such a desolate place, his technique is unreal, almost supernatural. He managed to ask, his voice steady despite the tension, "Are you a herald? For real?" The figure replied, their tone unwavering, "I am." "Are you a knight or a rescuer?" Gathering his composure, Sir Zebek answered, "I'm Zebek, from the King's Church." The shadowy figure stepped into the moonlight, revealing a young, strikingly handsome man. His piercing gaze remained fixed on Sir Zebek as he asked, I just wanted to confirm, you're not the contractor, are you?" "If a holy knight of the King's Church were to summon us, that would certainly be amusing." Sir Zebek's eyes narrowed, his tone turning sharp. "Are you trying to humiliate me?" The herald's eyes shifted to Safia's lifeless form. He spoke with a casual indifference that chilled Sir Zebek. "Then that girl must be my contractor. But since she's dead, well, I guess I just gained a free gold coin." The herald turned back to Sir Zebek, his expression neutral, but curious. "Now, tell me, what exactly is going on here?" Sir Zebek hesitated before replying, "If you sheath your sword and step back, I'll put my honor on the line and explain everything." In a blur, the young herald vanished, reappearing a safe distance away in the blink of an eye. His movement was so swift and unnatural that Sir Zebek couldn't help but think, is he truly a phantom? The herald smirked, his voice laced with mockery. "You seem awfully confident that you wouldn't have been caught off guard if I hadn't ambushed you. Fine. If you're a holy knight of the King's Church, then I suppose you should have some backbone. Go on, impress me."